I'm First Class Constable Baker and we're at Westbury Police Station.
How long have you been working here?
I've been in Westbury a couple of months now.
Okay.
Yep.
And how long have you been working for the police?
Yep, so I have been in the police for a bit over 4 years and done the rest of my time at Launceston uniform on the watch there.
Yep.
Yeah.
What are some of the differences working in Westbury compared to Launceston?
We have more time out here, I think, to do a thorough job at things, and I feel that out here it's better engagement with the community, which I much prefer.
What does that look like?
That's when, let's say we go to a job and we're door knocking down the street, the neighbours are more likely to probably be looking out for each other just because it's a smaller place, less busy. Everyone tends to know their neighbours. I think all that helps, which can help us in the long run. Yeah.
What do you love about working for the police, Tasmania Police?
I love so much about working for the police. I've always known I've wanted to be a police officer, and I know all of us say this. I love the diversity of policing. I love how every day is different and how I meet people from their best day to their worst day, and that we can do something to help. And I'll turn that down. I truly just love that people call us for help and that we're able to help. Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
What are some moments that have stood out to you so far?
My moments that have stood out have probably been, like, the ones that come to mind are when people are in a bad state with their mental health and we're able to talk them out of things and talk them into getting the help that they need. And when someone's able to understand that's what they needed, and that's, even if it's not in the moment, and they later say, look, thank you, that is what I needed. I think that's really rewarding. That sticks out for me. But also I think this is a job where we're such a team, the people here, you've got to be, because of the things that we do, you've got to have a close knit, and having a close team where everyone trusts each other and respects each other, I think really stands out in a job like this as opposed to previous jobs. Yeah.
Do you mean previous jobs before policing?
Yeah.
What were you doing before policing?
A few different things. My most recent thing was just mainly admin roles. I worked at Launceston Toyota for a little bit and a company in Launceston called Iris Computing, and both of those I was a coordinator. So I'd coordinate the technicians in one and the salesmen in the other. Yeah, but I always knew I wanted to do this.
Okay,
yeah.
Interesting. So can I ask why you did that first, and some of the skills that you were able to develop in those other jobs, have they transferred across?
Yeah, I think general people skills help, and that always stands out. But I wanted to do full-time work in a lesser stress job before I jumped into full-time work in a high stress job. And I liked that I found my feet, worked each day, learnt how a office ran before then jumping into a job like this, where it's day one and you're going to an armed person on the street. So I appreciated that, and I wanted a few more years under my belt. I went into policing in my early 20s, and that's what I wanted to do. I didn't want to go straight to school.
It seems a very mature and collected strategy, really. Would you say you're ambitious?
I'd say I'm ambitious.
Yeah.
I'd say so. I knew I wanted to do this job. I knew that I'd give it my best, and I thought, well, if I don't get it, it's not meant to be. But I got lucky. I got lucky. I worked hard, and I got it when I first tried. So was happy with myself.
Nice.
Yeah.
There are a range of different skills that you can learn in the force. Is there anything in particular that you're interested in? I know inspectors talked about different courses at UTAS and elsewhere. Yeah. Is there anything that
stands out
that you're really interested in?
So I've got my first stripe at the moment, which means I'm first class, and I'm working towards being a senior constable, which just means getting accepted into one of the courses, which can take some time. But as far as skill-wise, I am passionate about family violence investigation and sex crimes investigation. So I think I see my career becoming a detective in sex crimes one day, and also working in the Northern Family Violence Unit, doing those tasks, because that is really where my passion is, and that's what I find fulfilling to work on and to investigate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that operate from Longford? Or is that?
No, that's in town.
Okay.
Yeah, both of them are in Launceston.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
All right.
but that's where I see myself.
How, obviously this is a high stress job, has it impacted sort of your personal life, family, all of that sort of thing, or has it been relatively smooth sailing?
Yeah.
Times are different from now than perhaps it was in the past. There can be a bit of a disconnect.
I'm lucky because I have a really supportive support system and supportive family. So no, I wouldn't say so. I think it's important to still do things that matter to you. I play netball outside of work and I still play netball, even though with this roster I miss quite a bit. I think it's important to stick to it and to still have that hobby outside of work. And I have really good friends that are understanding, and a lot of them are shift workers as well, not in the police, but shift workers of their own careers. So it definitely takes more effort, I'd say, being a shift worker in a high stress job, and you've got to be a little bit more looking out for yourself. You've got to be like, no, I need a day to myself, or I need to do something to unwind. You can't commit to everything that comes up, but I think it's just about making sure that people around you are supportive, and if people aren't being supportive, then that's up to you to rethink that relationship maybe. Yeah.
What advice would you give to someone in Westbury or in the Meander Valley in terms of not personal protection, but I guess looking after themselves?
Yeah. We love cameras here, so I think I would always advise that people have cameras around their house. I think that always helps, and really good lights. I know that cameras can be a bit expensive and sometimes a bit fiddly, especially when you actually want to get the footage, but having big sensor lights, bright sensor lights, can really do wonders. And just to keep looking out for your neighbours, because I've really noticed out here that when something happens, the community finds out what's going on, and they're all looking out for each other, and they all give us bits of intel and bits of information that are what they saw. So I would also just say to look out for each other. Yeah.
What's your favourite part of the Meander Valley?
My favourite part of the Meander Valley? It's good coffee here. I like the coffee here.
Where do you go for coffee?
I've been liking Elizabethtown Cafe, and then is it Sailors? I went there the other day. They had a really nice coffee. Yeah. I love all of the scenic drives. I loved when we're driving out to somewhere. It's just hills of animals and hills and sun, and it's just lovely. I really love that.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I am Josie Plummer, and I'm at the Westbury Police Station.
How long have you been here?
I've been here 6 months now. I transferred from Launceston.
How long have you been a police officer?
About 2.5 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Were you doing anything before that?
Police-wise, or?
Other work or study or anything else?
I worked at the Magistrates Court, just in the reception, as well as just a few other casual jobs like working at a pub and an IGA. So
what drew you into working for the police?
I always wanted to be a police officer. Okay. I love true crime. I find it very interesting. Yeah, obviously helping people comes with the job, but I actually really like investigating things and trying to solve things, so that's why I joined. What
are some of the memorable experiences so far?
Oh, there's definitely lots. I don't know if I can share many, but
broad details.
I think I definitely like the jobs where you get a bit of an adrenaline rush, but then I also like the jobs where you actually help people and recover property, or help family violence victims that are actually willing to come forward. And when they come see you and they're like, I saw you and I just wanted to talk to you, and they tell you everything, it's rewarding. So those are the ones that stick with me.
What are some of the differences that you found here compared to Launceston?
Oh, a lot. Launceston's very busy. So it's a lot of responding to jobs. Yeah, like you're driving everywhere. You don't really get a break in Launceston. Where out here it's completely different. You definitely have a lot of time to be more proactive, which I'm really enjoying. More time to investigate things, follow things through from the start of the report to the end, where in Launceston it kind of will get sent anywhere, whoever has time to do it. So that's a big difference.
So do you just work here, or you get stationed in different areas of the Meander Valley?
I'm actually attached to Deloraine stations. Yeah, I work out of there. That's where my little office is.
Yep. Okay. How have you gone in terms of juggling police, life, other things that you're interested in?
Yeah, I'm pretty lucky. I don't have any kids or anything, so I'm pretty committed to work. I love my job, and I can still play sport, I can still gym. It's just finding the work-life balance. Obviously, you don't always finish on time, so late night finishes are hard and you do get tired, but it's just about going out and doing a walk. Yeah, I find it pretty easy, but I don't have many commitments outside of work. Yeah.
You mentioned being interested in true crime and side of things. Do you know roughly where you'll want to end up, or some of the courses and the training that you can do?
I definitely want to end up in drug squad, the drugs and firearms unit. I really enjoy investigating that kind of thing, doing search warrants, receiving intelligence information and doing packages. That's something that I'm interested in. I worked on the task force in Launceston, and that was really interesting and really fun, and that got me exposed to search warrants, which I've been able to do out here as well because I've got more time on my hands. So it's just a few courses down at the academy that I'll have to apply for.
And that's down in Hobart?
Yeah, Rokeby, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
All right. What's your favourite part of the Meander Valley?
Ooh, the scenery. I think driving around so much, you get to see a lot of pretty places, and I love the community too. They're very welcoming, and yeah, it's a beautiful, lots of little towns, and being able to buy fresh produce and everything out here, it's good.
I'm Constable Lawlor and we're at Westbury Police Station.
What do you love about police work, and why did you join?
What do I love about police work?
Why did you join? Why did you become
It's
constable?
the old to help people. No, I think I joined because I really enjoyed, especially growing up in school, I always kind of looked out for the people getting bullied. Okay. So I've always been a bit of a peacekeeper and I guess quite just. That's why I joined.
That's just who you are?
Yeah, just wanted to look out for people. And also I do like a bit of adrenaline, variety in my career. Okay. Yeah.
How long have you been here? 3 days?
I've been in Westbury for 3 days, but previous to this I was stationed at Launceston Police Station for almost 3.5 years.
Okay.
Maybe 3 years and 2 months.
Yeah. All right. What are some of the memorable experiences that you've had so far in your work, whether it's Launceston or here? Probably talking generalities.
Memorable. Obviously you're after positive experiences.
And I like doing this newspaper stuff because it's real and authentic. You find out information about people that happened, that's important to them.
I guess in a nutshell, a memorable experience for me was being able to assist my colleagues when they've needed me or assistance. So being there for the people that essentially have your back, and then having their back is really important to me among all else, because at the end of the day they're the ones that are going to be there for me. So it starts there for me. That's what's memorable about the job for me.
Yeah. How do you go juggling police work, family, other interests, life in general?
To be completely honest, that's probably one of the big reasons why I've moved out to Westbury, so I can have a little bit of that sort of thing back in my life. Whereas in Launceston it's quite an intense station and there's a lot going on. Not that there's not a lot going out here, however, I think it will permit me a lot more being able to be here and do the things I love that I put on the back burner a bit to progress my career. So that's probably something I'll work towards and aim for now that I'm out here as opposed to in town in Launceston.
So you've got more space for your personal life?
I believe so, yeah.
Yep. Good. Do you get sent out here for a certain amount of time, or is it as long as you want to be here?
No, I think it's as long as I would like to be here. Like I said, I was in Launceston for almost 3.5 years, and that to me was enough. So coming out here with a different sort of similar work, different intensity, probably different responsibilities, a little bit more independence. I just think I'm going to enjoy that a lot. So I'll come here until I feel like I've reached where I needed to go or something else pops up.
Yeah.
But I have no intention of leaving anytime soon.
Okay. And you're at Westbury, so Constable Plummer said she was at Deloraine usually?
I'm also at Deloraine.
Okay.
So I'll start here and I'll go to Deloraine.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What areas do you have particular interests in? Is there a particular type of work that you enjoy more?
It's a challenging question because in Launceston I dabbled in a bit of things that I'm pretty grateful for experiences that have developed me to be a better police officer in general. One of which was when I worked in the family violence focus group, so that sort of introduced a confidence in investigation and interviewing and dealing with victims and offenders. And then I went into prosecution for a short time last year, which developed my administration work and then speaking in front of a magistrate and defence lawyers, a completely different area.
Yeah.
So I don't have anything that I'm particularly drawn to because I was drawn to country policing. So that's why I'm grateful to be here. Yeah. But I'm also very open to doing things that are going to make now easier and develop my skills as a police officer.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Did you grow up in a regional area or?
No, I was from North Queensland.
Oh, really?
No. Right on the coast.
Okay. When did you move? You moved down to do police work in Tasmania? Did you train here?
I trained in Hobart, yeah. I went to the academy down there. I think it's very important in this career to have a very strong boundary of when you're at work and when you're not,
yeah.
Because it's quite easy to be engulfed in it and then you kind of lose sight of what you really want. It's a great career, but you've got to look after yourself too, obviously, because of the things we do go to, which is the harsh reality of the job. And you never know what you're going to go to. You never know when you're going to go to it.
Yeah.
Looking after yourself and your buddies is really important to me.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep.
What's your favourite part of the Meander Valley after 3 days?
3 days? Oh, I'm going to have to say the sun rises because I've just done 2 day shifts and the frost on the paddocks. I actually took a photo of a paddock yesterday morning whilst I was in Deloraine and I was like, man, this is cool because in Launceston you book on and you go. Whereas here you can actually take a breath and waving at the community. People actually respond to you a lot more positively here, which I think is fantastic. I like to incorporate my time with the kids and just building a good relationship because I believe that children need to grow up thinking that police are there to help them and that they're people that they can approach if they need them. So that's a big thing as to why I like the country as well.